Try and stop me!
Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome.
It's the Traveler. She looks absolutely beat these days, and she keeps spacing out. You have to call her name several times before she snaps out of it. What do you think it is? Is she sick?
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted, this is the first time you've come to me with a health complaint. Come, let me take a look at you.
Okay. Paimon does not like that expression, Baiju.
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, Traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. You should be feeling right as rain. Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more... Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But afflictions of a non-physical nature, they fall...
Huh? What do you mean, non-physical nature?
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue. Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment. In the meantime, Changsha...
Must be a rare condition if not... Well, all we can do is take their advice. Just get some rest. Paimon will be... and shine. Time to wake up. For once, you're making Paimon look like a cut. What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep? Alright, let Paimon take a look. Nope, nothing there. Wait, did you, okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing... What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then... Oh, okay, well, that's a new one. Are you sure? But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning. Then it's...
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither.
Ah! What the... Wait! Paimon remembers you! Your child's master! Orc? Right! What are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? The child's been looking everywhere.
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair. You. I'll take a glass of wine.
We make this one in-house. It's not too strong. Enjoy.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tigerfish over here.
Coming right up. If I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. You have until I finish my drink. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to... Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things sound good. Well, should we trust her? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to... Yeah, Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what child's...
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up your mind?
So, that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am, can you help us?
So, you couldn't just... I understand. Come find me in the Gwaley Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared?
Hold on. You overpaid. Here's your change.
Oh, no. This includes the drink. We didn't. It was that lady.
You sure?
What?
What'd you put in that dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got them seeing things.
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Yup.
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I... Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like I didn't remember Skirk being there at all. Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the... Oh, this whole situation... check it out.
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud. Teamwork is strength. Crush.
So, this is what they were collecting. It looks kind of like... Yeah. What?
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call... What are you doing?
Nothing! Just wanted to make sure you were... real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priority. It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now,
Okay, right. The god remain, in our experience.
maybe it's a good thing by human standards. The remains aren't just gone. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered. Of course, God remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world.
Wait, you mean... this...
42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies and something has been leeching power from this world. Like this time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But no one knows. All considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are...
So, you're gonna help us, right?
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You young and you know a lot about the Abyss, so...
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What's she done? Paimon's got it! Frosty the Lavender Melon! Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back. Whoa! This place is way bigger than Paimon expected.
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that. So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now, right?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the traveler could be attacked at any moment, but coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. The one, both your description and the thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the Abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay, do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the Abyss is something sinister, and that abyssal power is a wild and dangerous force that always spells disaster.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. I'll respect your opinion, though. Just means we have to a little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Dream?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think. And since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, with dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep.
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even assuming we do manage to find where this entity is hiding. Like I said, to play it safe.
Wait, you're gonna teach her some of your martial arts? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Do as you want. For my part, I don't see you as my disciples. You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no excuse to waste it.
Oh, she moves fast. So, the last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, feels like a lifetime. Skirt seems pretty...
Your training will be split into 3. We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie. During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters. Consciously or not, you will have picked up all kinds of techniques from them.
You bet! There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching, oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka. Yeah, we've met sword masters like you in every nation we've been through. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right?
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. This is where your strength comes from. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. You need to do some introspection. Only then will you get the full...
Wait, is that it? Paimon thought you were gonna teach her some cool new moves! Like...
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different that teaching you mere techniques is pointless. are no shortcut, that's all I have to say. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
This is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together. Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person, and ask, now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand...
Step on up! Dance with the waves!
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body. Wield it just as you...
It was on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair.
Ring cutter!
Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
Looks like you've made some...
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're...
Yeah, meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps. But he...
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigate.
Why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that. It's very disrespectful.
Alright, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to sit through more, but it's...
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb, though, with that stupid big... Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back...
Then I suppose your old dad should get...
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. I'm talking to you, young lady. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite.
The stars shimmer high above. But what lies beyond the stars? Mountains as far as the eye can see? An endless snowy plain? Or can't be the only one asking these questions. The fascinating. If only I could meet some other people. I'm sick of being a kid.
But for now, I'm starving.
They're coming!
Run!
Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down!
Don't be scared. Help!
This way!
We'll never make it!
Fire. There's fire everywhere. What happened?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink. Showed you the best our home has to offer. Gifted you cloth, duck.
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2 surrounded.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command.
Rest assured, sir, we have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire civilization to the ground.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife, correct?
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but they won't last long. To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squadron to...
Well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Now the threat these savages pose will be undeniable. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer.
You're all right?
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot.
This is the place. Alert all units. Prepare to surround.
Run, Skark! Run as far away as you can! Don't trust anyone! Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but my clever girl, so curious.
Whenever you miss us, just remember, life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Break down the door! Look what we have here. You! Stop singing! Shut it!
You're awake? I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training. This time, the focus is elemental energy. Come find me when you're ready to begin.
Man, staying in the abyss feels So surreal, don't you think? No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. If we weren't careful to keep track, it feels like we'd have no idea how long we've even been here. Well, except for the fact that Paimon still gets hungry like clockwork. You go do your training. Paimon's gonna grab a bite.
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided into 3 stages. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness the natural energy. To that is, of course, elemental energy, abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the elemental energy of Tivad, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time. A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, it's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the 7 Shifting Serpent. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal. But is purification really what's going on there? Like, I'm just thinking out loud. True growth comes from adversity, but only if you... So, it's time to push... Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can! Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor. Power of Hydro to destroy the spikes. Faster! Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that. Understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods, so be bold. Do not be afraid. Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements. Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training. Get some rest.
What is the secret to power? Longing, hatred, self-preservation. No, it is fear. The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear of loneliness. Fear of death. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. That fear is now part of you. Any minute spent missing home.
But, Master, I can barely...
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. After all, good Skirk. Once again, you survived.
Cold.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw, I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rough. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of
ready to start the final stage of your trick, so what ahead of...
From your training so far, you have gained a better... That's only part of it. Now, it's time. Ready? Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable. just like your brother. Huh, that reminds me. You still don't know what happened to him.
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want, but strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. How amusing. Almost sounds like youth, but you don't. You can choose your own. Let's begin. Try to use reason over. This is your final training session. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus. Not bad. Better than I expected. You're getting the hang of the first step to controlling.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your that's to be expected. There's a limit. Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, you managed to push past your limits, which is a good start.
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head clean off.
Oh, she got hurt though, didn't she? I heard it was pretty.
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, she got right back. I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever. Skirk's becoming more like him by the day.
Incredible. I wonder if I'll...
You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world? Remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get in.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become...
Run! Skirk, run!
Let's see here. First thing, going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, as the Conrian saying goes. Venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same, in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Oh, splendid! That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for your... Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Here's an idea. Let's save the
So full. Okay, it's time.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your skills against formidable opponents. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, when Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You and I may never meet again, traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Okay, not the angle I was expecting. I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have... Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too... Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret. No. I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways. were different. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sotologi, opened the... But this is not my home. Become stronger. For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But to do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. Okay.
You make it sound so easy, but it's been years now, and
Well... Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many. So during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long... Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. Wake up your companion. Oh, and everything I just told.
Time to go. Oh, finally. Where are we headed?
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding.